this week. Okay, so this week we have uh, this is a 13th session of our Fun with Heroes, and it's going to be a lot of fun actually. Uh, and you can ask me question anytime in between. It should not be an issue. Okay, if you don't understand something or if you want to know more about something, you can always ask question. So this is our 13th session, or 13th episode of Fun with Heroes. And this week we are going to cover 5 different personalities. And these are the 5 personalities. I'm not telling the name right now. Okay. So any idea, can you identify anyone? Any name you know out of these 5?
The one in the middle is familiar. Have seen his picture, but I don't remember his name.
Right. Okay.
Sir, I know the first one.
Yes. Okay.
I think it is Bhagat Singh.
Okay. No.
It isn't.
He is not a Bhagat Singh. Okay, that's fine. Okay, because by the end of the session, hopefully you will know them, and that's the purpose of this session, right? You want to know about these people, and these guys have done amazing things. So just to give you an overview, in today's session, we have a mathematical genius. Okay, he was known throughout the world, and his brilliance was amazing. We also have a revolutionary who was who was jailed in Andaman in cellular jail, okay, for his acts in Kalapani, if you know that thing. And then there is another revolutionary who was involved in the Chittagong uprising with the Surya Sen, which was another episode in the Indian freedom struggle.
Is it Ambika or somebody like that?
No,
The middle one is the mathematician, right?
Yeah, I'll come to that. And we also
Ambika,
have
Ganesh or somebody. The Chittagong uprising.
Right. There are a lot of people in Chittagong uprising. We'll talk about one person right now here. And we have also have an economist who was State Bank of India. You know, the India's largest bank and world's largest bank. Okay. So he was the first chairman of SBI. Okay. We have that person here. And we also have a military hero from Siachen, which is the highest battle point in the world. Okay. Now, who is a living legend in Indian Army right now. Okay, so one of them is.
He's still there now?
Yes, he's alive. Okay, so we'll come to that story. Okay, so let's get started in our episode 13. The first person we have is a Srinivasa Ramanujan. Okay.
I have his own book.
Yeah, so he was not born in this week, but he was born on December 22nd. We didn't have the this episode
In
that
our
time.
school, we on World Mathematician Day, in our school, he is there.
Right. So Srinivasa Ramanujan is probably the most famous mathematician from India. Okay. So he was born on 22nd December 1887 in the town of Binod in Tamil Nadu. He was a brilliant student and he started self-study of mathematics at the age of 12. Okay, he belonged to a very poor family. So he had a shortage of paper actually. So he would write the mathematical equations using chalk and then would erase it. So a lot of his initial work is not even preserved. Okay. And in his high school, he did self-study of mathematics using a book by G.S. Carr, a synopsis of elementary results in pure mathematics. He read that book and he was very fascinated by mathematics. He started taking more interest in mathematical equations. And between 1903 to 1914, 11 years, he worked on thousands of numbers, equations, theorems, and noted down in his notebook. So these notebooks are very precious, the notebook of Srinivasa Ramanujan. He then enrolled in the BA degree in the University of Madras, the Bachelor of Arts degree. But he was so much focused into mathematics that he failed in other subjects. Okay, he couldn't compete in other subjects. So he never earned a degree actually. He never had any formal degree of education. Okay, but he need to find some work. Okay, he needed money, so he finally got a job as an accounting clerk in the Madras Port Trust, which was there in the Madras that time. Now, what happened that the founder of the Indian Mathematical Society, which was there in Madras, in Chennai, the present Chennai, the Ramaswamy Iyer uh, uh, took interest in the work of Ramanujan. He saw his work, and along with Ayer and Sir Francis Spring, who was the chairman of the Mudra Trust, they encouraged Ramanujan to send his work, whatever he was doing, to British professors. Okay, so a lot of British professors didn't take him seriously, but there was one professor called Professor Godfrey Harold Hardy, Professor Hardy of Cambridge University. He realized the genius of Ramanujan, so he called Ramanujan to England. And in 1914, Ramanujan arrived in England. Okay. And then along with Hardy, they did an amazing thing in mathematics, okay, for next few years. So Hardy was amazed by his work. So one of the most spectacular results in mathematics is the Hardy-Ramanujan formula they derived in 1970 for the number of partitions of an integer. Yeah, he did a lot of other things, but this is very famous thing. I'm not going into details of the thing. Some of the things we'll discuss, but you can find about this part, the Hardy-Ramanujan formula. Then Ramanujan actually was not feeling well. He was sick in health. Actually, he returned to India in 1990, and he was very weak in health, as I mentioned. He was suffering from typhoid, and actually he died at the age of 32. Okay, in 1920 he died. So, but in 32 years he did a lot, so much work. Okay, in his short lifetime, that he produced almost 4,000 proofs, identities, conjecture, equations in pure mathematics. And his theta function, that's something he derived, is at the heart of the string theory in physics. That's the foundation of string theory in physics. Yeah, that's the profound work he did. A number of mathematicians over 2 generations, okay, over the next 70, 80 years, they devoted their life to decipher Ramanujan's work from his notebook. I mentioned about his notebooks, right? For 11, 12 years, he maintained those notebooks. And they are still working on his work. Okay, they are still figuring out what he wrote and the formulas he created. His biography, The Man Who Knew Infinity, was written by Robert Kanigal and was published in 1991, which was very hit. And there is also a movie by the same name, okay, recently released in Hollywood. And in 1918, Ramanujan.
What name, uncle?
I'll come to about that part. The movie of the name of the movie is the same as the book, which is the Man Who Knew Infinity. Okay. Ramanujan became the first Indian mathematician to be elected as a fellow of British Royal Society, which is the prestigious honor for scientists and mathematicians in 1918. And in India, his birthday, that is December 22nd, is celebrated as the National Mathematics Day. Okay. So we celebrate, we remember him for his genius. So this is the book I was talking about. That is the biography of Ramanujan, The Man Who Knew Infinity. And there was a Hollywood movie by the same name. It was released in 2018, I believe. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah. So that's the story of Ramanujan. And right hand side, I have mentioned another number, 1729. Do you know what is this special number? It is called Ramanujan number. Okay. So the story is that I mentioned about the Professor Hardy, who was a guide of Ramanujan in England, right? So one day they were taking a taxi there, and the taxi number was 1729. So after taking the taxi, Hardy told Ramanujan. Ramanujan
What taxing, uncle?
Taxi, the public transport. Yeah, you know.
Oh.
Okay. So they were going somewhere. They took a taxi, and the taxi number was 1729. So Hardy just jokingly said Ramanujan that this is very boring number. There is nothing special about this. The Ramanujan said no. The 1729 is a very special number. He instantly thought about this thing and mentioned that it is the smallest number that can be represented as the sum of cubes of in two different ways. You can see here, it's the 1 cube plus 12 cube also 1729, and 9 cube plus 10 cube also 1729. It's the smallest number in the entire list of numbers that can be represented this way. Okay, and he came up with this equation instantly, Ramanujan. And that's the genius of the thing. And because of this number 1729 is remembered as the Ramanujan number. Okay, so that's the story of Srinivasa Ramanujan. Okay, so from mathematics, we'll move to freedom fighters or revolutionary. So next story we have is Barindra Kumar Ghosh, or what he was famously known as a Barin Ghosh. Okay. So he was born at Croydon in London on 5th January 1880. Yes, he was born in London. Now he was popularly known as a Barin Ghosh, and he did his schooling in Devgarh and Patna College. He came back to India when he was very young. He did his schooling from Patna College. He also took military training from Baroda, which is Baroda, Gujarat, and then he came back to Calcutta in 1902 and was inspired by the revolutionary activities of his elder brother Aurobindo Ghosh. Aurobindo Ghosh is another revolutionary leader. Someday we'll talk about his story. Also a spiritual leader. So, who was the elder brother of Barindra Kumar Ghosh? So, Barindra Kumar Ghosh was inspired by his brother's activities, and he also jumped into the freedom struggle and revolutionary activities. Now, in 1905, British did partition of Bengal. There was a unified Bengal. Then there was a East Bengal and West Bengal were created. Okay, to divide the Indians on the religious ground. It was the first partition that happened. So this agitated the Bengali youth. Okay, everyone was not happy. They came out on street. Okay. So Barin Ghosh and Bhupendranath Dutt. Bhupendranath Dutt was a younger brother of Swami Vivekananda. So he was also revolutionary. So these two together formed a organization called Anushulan Samiti in 1907 to fight the British. Anushulan Samiti was a revolutionary organization in the sense that they were fighting the British using armed means. Okay, they will make bombs and they will attack British officers. So Ghosh inspired many young people to fight for the freedom as the sacred duty. He, as a youth leader, inspired a lot of people. Now, along with Bhaga Jatin, who was another leader, he formed the Maniktula group in Maniktula, was a small village there in Bengal. He formed this group, and this was a secret place hidden from the British, which was used to make bombs and collect weapons and other things. And those who were part of the December stories might be knowing about Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki. Okay. So these two, you might have heard about them. That Khudiram Bose and Prafulla Chaki were two revolutionaries who attacked the magistrate of Alipur. Okay. They threw a bomb on his carriage, and they were caught and hanged. Okay. Arrested. But they were also part of the Anushulan Samiti. So after that incident in 1908, the police cracked down on Anushulan Samiti, and Barin Ghosh was also arrested on 2nd May 1908. Okay. So he was given a death sentence initially. He was supposed to be hanged, but then he was sent to Andaman for the Kalapani Saja, which is in cellular jail, okay, for 10 years. So till 1920, he was in jail. Okay. Then he came out, came to the mainland. He became a writer and journalist, and I wrote a number of books on revolutionary struggle. Okay. That's the story of Barin Kumar Ghosh. The next story we have is again an interesting one. So this is Honorable Captain Bana Singh. And he's not Bhagat Singh. Yeah, he's a Bana Singh. Now, and these
Uncle, your voice is breaking a lot. I can't understand.
Okay, now is it fine? Yeah, just do let me know if you have any trouble. Is it
Yeah,
fine?
yeah.
Okay, okay, now I'm full volume. Yeah,
Yes.
so the next story we have is the Honorable Captain Bana Singh, and he is a living legend. Okay, he's still there. Okay. So now what's the story? This is a very interesting story and very fascinating story. So Bana Singh was born on 6th January 1949 in a tiny village of Kardial near Jammu. And at the age of 19, he joined the Jammu and Kashmir Light Infantry, which is known as a JAT LI, okay, and joined the Indian Army. Okay. Now, his story is the story of the War of Siachen. And this War of Siachen is not very known, that happened with Pakistan. So what happened that in 1987, Pakistan forces successfully occupied a key peak in the Siachen Glacier within Indian territory at the height of 21,000 feet and named it a Kuwait post. So there was an Indian territory at the height of 21,000 feet, which was an important post because at the height you get the advantage, right? You can control both sides of the border. But the Pakistani forces successfully occupied that peak in 1987. So obviously Indian Army made an attempt to take it back. So they made a first attempt, okay, in May 1987, but it was unsuccessful attempt. They sent a patrol unit under the second lieutenant Rajiv Pandey. Okay. But what happened that they were caught because the Pakistan army was sitting at the top. They could easily see these guys were coming, and this was like at the height of 21,000 feet, where everything is covered in snow. You can easily detect the movement. Okay, and it's very difficult to even walk there. So they were attacked from the top, and it resulted in the death of 10 Indian soldiers, including the unit leader Rajiv Pandey. Okay. So the first attempt was unsuccessful. Now this, because of this, the Indian army was very angry. Okay, so they wanted to take the revenge. Okay, and get back the post as well. So another attack was planned, and this was given the name Operation Rajiv in the memory of Rajiv Pandey, who died in the earlier attack. So the operation was Operation Rajiv. Now, Bana Singh was a Nayab Subedar at that time. So he was not selected in the initial list, okay, for this operation. But Colonel Rai, who was a commanding officer of Sonam Post. Sonam Post is another post nearby, which is under the control of Indian Army, from where this entire operation was being planned. So Colonel Rai was the commanding officer of that post. So he handpicked Bana Singh for this task. And what resulted after that was one of the most challenging military operations anywhere in the world. Okay. At that height, okay, they also climbed 1,500 feet ice walls in the minus 40-degree temperature. Okay, and the wind was blowing at 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, this is the most challenging climate across the world. Okay, military climate. Yeah, across the world, and it is similar to Mount Everest. It is like climbing a Mount Everest. Okay, and also fighting them. Okay, so after initial, they made a first attempt. They failed. They couldn't proceed further. Okay, because the climate was very extreme. Then Bana Singh led his men through an extremely difficult and hazardous route on 26 June 1987. They climbed the glacier, and they reached very close to the Pakistani post. And then they crawled for 100 feet, okay, to reach the post, so that they are not visible from the top. Okay, they crawled in snow, right? And then when they reached there, Bana Singh, he reached there, he threw the hand grenades into the enemy bunker. They made a couple of bunkers at the top, so they threw the grenades inside, and that shocked the enemy. Okay, there. And then Bana Singh ran there and showed exemplary courage and charged towards the enemy bunker, killing those who were inside, and as well as those who were patrolling outside. So, and his bravery inspired others as well, and they ultimately captured the post. Okay, and threw the Pakistani army out of that. Yeah, and that's a very challenging and very courageous operation it did. Okay, so Nayab Subedar Bana Singh was awarded Paramvir Chakra for this brave act. Okay, under the most adverse conditions. This unit also received 1 Mahavir Chakra, 7 Veer Chakra, and 1 Sena Medal for the Operation Rajiv. Okay, and this was like a combined operation that did.
Uncle, then what is Operation Vijay?
Operation Rajiv, sorry, I mentioned. Okay, Operation Vijay was a Kargil operation.
Is it an Operation Vijay? Who was
okay, sorry, yeah, sorry, that's a mistake actually. It's the Operation Rajiv. Operation Vijay was a Kargil operation. Yeah, sorry, this is Operation Rajiv. Okay, the Siachen operation is known as Operation Rajiv. Right? Yeah, that's a good point actually. Yeah, so ultimately Bana Singh was promoted to the honorary rank of captain, and he retired from the service on 31st October 2000. Okay, so he's still alive. He's still there. And in the honor of the bravery of Bana Singh, the post he captured, okay, the Siachen post he captured, is now known as a Bana Top. Okay, a Bana post. Okay.
I thought it was something related to his name only.
Yes. Yeah. And you know what's the amazing part? Okay, Bana Singh is on Twitter, and his story that I wrote actually was shared with him, and he actually liked the story.
Wow. You sent it to him?
Yes, actually, he saw that. Okay, on Twitter. Yes. Yeah. Okay. And so the next story we have is again another revolutionary. We come back to the freedom, the era of freedom fighters. The Binod Bihari Chowdhury.
Him. I've read of him.
So Binod Bihari Chaudhary was born in Bolkhali,
Masterda.
in Chittagong district of Bengal Presidency. So that's why Bengal Presidency is a unified Bengal at that time. Okay, on 10th January 1911. In 1927, young.
I know what the Chittagong uprising is.
Yes, we'll come to that part. Okay. So in 1927, he joined the Jugantar Revolutionary Group, which was a very active group, okay, in Chittagong that time. And he came in contact with the master.
It was a smaller one, and they got freedom to do what they wanted.
Yes.
That's why Surya Sen chose it.
Yes. Surya Sen's story will also come in March. Okay, and then we'll go in the details of the Chittagong part. Right now, I'm giving you the overview. Okay, what the role Binod Bihari played there. So Surya Sen was raising an army of young Indian revolutionaries, and proper army. Surya Sen was actually a teacher, a professor, and
he accidentally came late for his exam and he forgot to put away his book, so he was expelled from the school without a TC too.
Right. Yeah. So that's that's the story of Surya Sen. Yeah. So he was raising. Then ultimately he was raising an army of Indian revolutionaries to fight the British. Okay. Binod Bihari became a part of that. Now on the night of 18th April 1930, okay, this group did something which is now known as a Chittagong uprising. So they raided the police
armory. Uncle, on 9:30 in the morning, right?
Yes. Yeah. They actually started in the evening. I'll come to that story in a while. That there was a plan to start it in the evening, but due to some reasons, okay, it was delayed. And then ultimately in the 9:30, I think in the evening, at the night.
Yes, the taxis somebody was planning to use had some problems, so they postponed it to 9:30.
Yes, yeah. So what they did is basically they captured the police armory in Chittagong and the ammunition supply.
But they failed a bit because they didn't get any ammunition over there.
Yes. Okay. So they cut off the telephone, telegram, railway lines, and cut off the Chittagong from the rest of the country. Okay. So for 2 days,
they knocked out the telegram of somebody operator with the chloroform.
Yes. Yeah. So they basically what they did is they managed to free Chittagong for 2 days from the British. Okay. But ultimately they ran out of the ammunition. They didn't have much supply, right? So Binod Bihari, along with other revolutionaries, were taking what happened there. British obviously retaliated. They came up with more forces and attacked the revolutionaries again. The revolutionaries had to run. So after 2 days, they had to leave Chittagong and they ran. Okay. So Binod Bihari, along with some other revolutionaries, they were taking shelter at the Jalabad hills. There was a nearby hill. So they went at the top of the hill and they were taking shelter. And they were attacked on the 22nd April 1930. After 4 days, they were found. The British attacked them. Binod Bihari was wounded in his neck between the battle, and in the battle, many died actually from the revolutionary side. But Binod Bihari was captured alive. He was deported to a detention camp in Rajputana, which is the Rajasthan. So he was sent to Rajasthan in a detention.
Ambika, one of Surya Sen's friends had a bullet in his forehead. He pulled it out, but the British captured him and deported him to the Andamans.
Yes, there are a lot of people actually, like Bihari, the Ambika, and there are many other things happened that time. There was we'll talk about even Pritilata Vadedar and Kalpana Datta as well. So a lot of people were involved in those.
Pritilata and Kalpana, they both were the first two girls who were taken for in their team.
Yes. So now we're coming back to Binod Bihari. So he was sent to the detention camp in Rajputana, and while in detention, while in jail, he completed his BA, MA, and law degrees. Okay, he completed his graduation there. And after his release, he was associated with the Indian National Congress. He participated in the freedom struggle. At the time of partition, when 1947, when India was divided, he chose to live in East Pakistan because Chittagong went to East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. Right. So he chose to leave there, which and he continued doing the social work there. And Binod Bihari remained the last surviving member of the Chittagong Armory raid. And in 2000, year 2000, he was awarded the highest civilian award of Bangladesh, which is the Independence Day Award. So that is the story of Binod Bihari Chowdhury. In case we are disconnected,
He was the only surviving member after 2000.
There were others as well, but he was the last one. Okay, he was the last surviving member of the Chittagong Armory. Okay. So if we get disconnected, so just use the same link to join again. Okay, I think in a couple of 9 minutes we will try to finish that. Hopefully we'll be finishing. The next story and last story we have is of John Mathai. Now, who was John Mathai? So Chaliyal John Mathai was born on 10th January, which is today, in 1886 in Kozhikode, in Kerala. He graduated with a degree in economics from the Madras Christian College in 1906, and then he went to do a PhD in economics from the London School of Economics and Political Science. He also obtained a degree in law and bachelor degree in literature as well. So he was a multifaceted personality, but he was primarily an economist. He returned to India and worked with the government that time, and also taught economics at the Presidency College in Calcutta. Okay. Mathai was elected to the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was the one which drafted the Constitution and also laid out the foundation of the new India. Right. So he was a part of that, and he emphasized on the industrial development of the country. As an economist, he emphasized on the industrial development, and which will lead to the better economics in the country. After independence, John Mathai became India's first railway minister. He was India's first railway minister. Okay. He also became India's second finance minister and presented 2 budgets between 1949 and 1951. And then he retired from the politics. Then he became the chancellor of the Bombay University and Kerala University. And as I talked earlier, he was the first chairman of the SBI, which was set up in 1955. Okay, under his guidance, SBI was set up. And SBI now is the world's largest bank actually. He was also the founding president of the governing body of the National Council of Applied Economic Research, NCAER, okay, in New Delhi, which oversees the economic activities of the government. And for his outstanding contribution, John Mathai was awarded Padma Vibhushan, which is the second highest civilian honor in India in 1959. And in November, we saw the story of Verghese Kurian, who is called the milkman of India, right? The founder of Amul Dairy. So John Mathai was an uncle of Verghese Kurian. What? Yes. And when Verghese Kurian, when he was a student, he came to Delhi. He actually stayed with John Mathai on it. Okay. So that's the relation they have. So that's the story we have. All the 5 stories we saw that. So now you know the names, right?
Yeah.
We have Bana Singh, then Barindra Ghosh. We have Srinivasa Ramanujan. Then there is John Mathai and Binod Bihari Chowdhury. So these are the amazing people we talked about today. So enjoyed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So quickly we'll have
Yes.
yes. So quickly we'll have quiz. So simultaneously can answer. Okay. We'll have. So who was the first chairman of SBI? We just had this story.
John Mathai.
John Mathai.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
John Mathai.
John Mathai. Yes. He just had his story. Yes. He was the first chairman.
John Mathai.
SBI. He was also the first railway minister of India. And this is easy, right? Mr. Mathematics Day.
Srinivasa Ramanujan.
No.
Srinivasa Ramanujan.
Ramanujan.
Srinivasa Ramanujan.
I said that.
Yes. Srinivasa Ramanujan. Okay, he's the most famous Indian mathematician. Okay. Then Operation Rajiv. Okay. Who was involved in Operation Rajiv? Who got the Padma Chakra for this operation?
Bana Singh.
Bana Singh. Yes. Operation Rajiv was held in what happened in Siachen. Okay, Siachen is the in Kashmir. This is one of the highest battle points. And who won this?
This is
Independence-
Barindra Kumar Ghosh.
Bihari Chowdhury.
Yes, Binod Bihari Chowdhury, right? Yes, so he won the highest civilian award of Bangladesh, which is the Independence Day Award. Okay, like similar, we have Bharat Ratna, they have this Independence Day Award. Okay. And Anushilan Samiti, who was founded that? Okay.
Barindra Kumar Ghosh.
Yes, Barindra Kumar Ghosh along with Upendranath Dutta, they founded Anushilan Samiti, which was the
Kumar Ghosh.
Ghosh. Yes. So that's
Uncle,
yes.
Surya Sen, that spelling wrong is wrong. It's Surya Sen you've written. And it's written over here Surya Sen.
No. So I will come to that part. He's spelled both way. Rather, this is the most common spelling of his name, Surya Sen. In Amar Chitrakatha, they have written it as Surya Sen. I know that, but this is more common spelling of Surya Sen. Okay. So it is written both way. Actually, it's a Bengali name. So it is written either way, but both way is fine actually. Okay, so both spellings are fine. Yeah. So
Uncle, there's plan for the Chittagong Armory raid.
yes. Yes, there is a plan and right. Yeah, that's a good point. So that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. Yes or no? Did you enjoy the session?
Yes.
Yes. Any questions you have? We still have 3 minutes. Any questions? Anything? Okay. So just keep reading, keep exploring. Okay. You came to know about 5 names. So whenever you get time, just Google them. Okay. Or just see if you can find some stories about those people. These are very interesting stories. Okay. So
Uncle, about him.
yes,
over here.
Yes, I know. Yeah, this is entire okay. The unit is mentioned in here. Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Uncle, but there's no the one which we had studied today. He is not there in here.
Yeah, in here they have mentioned different lot of people. It doesn't include all the people. It doesn't include. As I mentioned, yeah. Chittagong Armory and Chittagong Uprising had a lot of people involved. Even I may not be able to cover all of them because some of them are not even known actually, right? They are forgotten in the history. But some names I could find and I have read about them, so I have included those names. Okay. So over the time we'll go through different names. Okay. Yeah. So thank you again for attending and yeah, have a good time. Keep reading. Bye bye.
Bye, Uncle.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, Sir.
Bye.
Bye.